August 9th, 1969, 150 Cielo Drive, the Hollywood Hills sleep. Inside this house, 5 people are still alive, but in 20 minutes, none of them will be. A car pulls up outside. 4 people step out. They are young, early 20s maybe. They look like hitchhikers, runaways, the kind you would pick up on Sunset Boulevard and feel good about. One of them is holding a rope, another has the gun. They have been given instructions: make it as gruesome as you can. They cut the phone lines first, then they see him, Stephen Parent, 18 years old, leaving after visiting the caretaker, just a kid in the wrong place. 4 gunshots through the window. He slumps forward, and horn blares and keeps blaring. Inside the house, no one hears it. They are too far back, talking, laughing, planning tomorrow. Sharon Tate is 8 months pregnant. She's talking about the nursery, about names, about the life she's about to have. Then the door opens. 2 nights before the murders, he sat in the dark. Charles Manson, 5'2", 120 pounds. He looked harmless. That was the weapon. He had spent half his life in prison. Petty crimes, car theft, kidnapping, nothing remarkable maybe. But in 1967, they let him out. He walked into San Francisco, into the summer of love, into a world that was searching, and he knew exactly what to say. He found them at bus stations, outside coffee shops, girls running from broken homes, boys angry at fathers who never understood them. He offered family, free love, acceptance. They followed him to the desert, to Spang Ranch, an old movie set where cowboy once filmed westerns. Now it was something else. He controlled through love bombing, then isolation, LSD every day, sometimes twice, sleep deprivation, constant sermons. He would talk for hours about the Beatles, about hidden messages in their songs, about helter skelter. In race war, an apocalypse, he said it was coming. He said they had hid in the desert while the world burned, and when it was over, they would rise, they would win. By 1969, they didn't question him anymore. They called him Jesus. They called him God. They stopped using their names. Identity dissolved into the collective, into the family. And the family would do nothing. August 8th, dusk, Manson gathers them. Dex Watson, Susan Atkins, Patricia Krenwinkel, Linda Kasabian. He speaks quietly, almost bored, like he's giving instructions to the dishes. Go to that house on Cielo Drive. Make it witchy. Leave aside. He doesn't go with them. He never does. That is the genius of it. He plants the seed, then water it with blood. The house wasn't chosen randomly. It used to belong to Terry Melcher, a music producer. Manson had met him months before, played him songs, pitched himself as the next Bob Dylan. Melcher passed, politely, professionally. It didn't matter. In Manson's mind, he had been rejected, humiliated, and humiliation demanded a response. He knew Melcher had moved. That didn't matter either. The house itself was the target, the symbol, the spark. They tied them up, all of them in the living room. Sharon Tate starts to bend. She's wearing a bikini. is 8 months pregnant. She asks them to take her somewhere, anywhere, just long enough to have her baby. Then they can do whatever they want. Susan Atkins looked at her. Later, she will tell police she said, "Woman, I have no mercy for you." 16 stab wounds. That's what the coroner will find. 5 people dead, one unborn child. 102 total stab wounds between them. Some of the victims were stabbed after they were already dead. Before they leave, they write on the walls in blood one word: pig. They drive back to Spun Ranch, covered in blood, laughing. They hose off in the dark, change clothes, burn the evidence, then they go to sleep. Manson asks how it went. They tell him. He nods. To mercy. That's all he says. The next morning, the housekeeper arrives. She sees the car, the broken gate, the phone lines cut. She runs. The police arrive. They have seen crime scenes before, but nothing like this. One detective will later say, "It looked like a battlefield." For months, no one knows who did it. The investigation stalls, false leads, dead ends. The city is terrified. If this could happen in the Hollywood Hills, it could happen anywhere. Then Susan Atkins gets arrested on an unrelated charge. She's in jail, sharing a cell, and she starts talking, bragging about what they did, about Charlie, about the family. Her cellmate goes to police, December 1969, arrest, trials, conviction. Massey never touched anyone that night, never held a weapon, but he got the death penalty anyway. Later commuted to life, he spent the rest of his life in prison, gave interviews, carved a swastika into his forehead, played the role of monster, but the real damage was already done, not just to the victims, but to an entire generation. The summer of love was over. The counter-culture turned inward, paranoid, afraid. The 1960s ended on Cielo Drive, in blood, in terror, in the realization that evil doesn't always look like evil. Sometimes it looks like a guru, a prophet, a small man with soft eyes who talks about love. Charles Manson died in 2017, natural causes, age 83. Sharon Tate never saw 27. Her son never took a breath. The house on Cielo Drive was demolished in 1994. They built a new one, new address, new walls, but the history stays. It always does.